What is going on, guys? I had to come. Whew, my little Mickey guy. I wanted him to go before we start this. Let me line him up. Let's go, buddy. Ta-da. No. I had no intentions of coming on here and talking about this, but Christmas has come early for us Disney fans, and most everybody. It's glorifying. I'm so happy I just had to come on here and talk about how happy I am. As most of you know by now, Bob Iger is back. Bob Chapek is gone. I'm so glad Bob Chapek is gone. So, I get a text late last night from a good friend of mine. She's actually in Disney right now. So jelly, but thank you for getting me merch. Just sends a link. Bob Iger returning to Disney as CEO for 2 years. And it was from Reuters.com, some weird site. And I'm like, is this real? So then I had to look it up, and because this has been my dream. Not for Iger to come back, but for Bob to be gone. So I looked it up, and then I see all these links, and then I'm like, yes, it's for real. It's real. This is happening. Bob Chapek is gone. So happy. Christmas is here early, guys. First off, elephant in the room. Why is Disney Trivia here? Disney Trivia is here because we were playing this game last night, actually right here, as a family, and this game is amazing. I'm going to go through it later on, just because it's so good. So, I wanted to read a little bit from article, and then I want to talk about the whole Bob thing. This one's from CNN. Bob Iger named Disney CEO again, replacing Bob Chapek in shock to Hollywood. Not really a shock. I don't know why people are so shocked. Bob Iger is one of the most successful CEOs in the history of the Walt Disney Company, and he is returning to once again run the media empire. It's a shocking development at Hollywood's biggest company. Bob Chapek, who replaced Iger in 2020 as CEO, is stepping down, effective immediately. We thank Bob Chapek for his service to Disney over his long career, including navigating the company, blah, 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 blah. I will link everybody to this article on CNN. It's really good. It tells about Chapek's tenure and Iger's tenure and everything and what they've done, blah, blah, blah. In this article, they also did say, which is surprising, that the board did extend Chapek's seat to 2025, and then out of nowhere, he's gone. I'm just so happy. I'm gonna send you guys a link to that. I'm ecstatic. I'm so happy Bob Chapek is gone. I just want to come here and I talk about and just gloat and be happy because I've been on numerous petitions to get rid of Bob Chapek. I have never seen in my entire life people just conjoin together so unanimously and so harmoniously to dislike something or someone as much as the Disney community did Bob Chapek. He was destroying the park. I see why they named him a CEO. I feel like they needed a face for people not to like, especially during the time in the pandemic that we were going through. And he did at that time bring the world Disney Plus, which was huge and a much needed thing when it came out. Now, not so much. Take it or leave it. But I've never seen I've seen companies go from so high to so low, but it's usually a small snowball effect to how it happens. Bob Chapek just destroyed. See, for me, how I feel, there's a bridge between the board and CEOs and the people. And you need to establish this bridge between the two. So where the board gets their money, so they're happy that the stocks are up and everything, and the fans get what they want. I feel like Bob Chapek destroyed that bridge. We once had a great bridge, and he destroyed it. How do I feel like he's destroyed the company? As many of you know, my family and I have huge places in our heart for Disney and Wildwood. So I'm a big Disney fan. We are a huge Disney family. We have been going to the park year after year after year, and we've noticed things. Parking, for instance. There is so much parking in these Disney resorts. They made these resorts with more parking than they will ever need. Ever. They can fill that resort to max capacity, and you can have 2 cars per unit, and you probably will not fill those lots. I'm being a little dramatic here, but there's ample parking. There's not much traffic on the in the parking areas, so there's not that much upkeep on it. I'm sure there's still a lot of upkeep, but there's no need to charge parking rate, especially with the cost of rooms steadily inclining year after year. You could have just snowballed it into that price. Free water. Free water used to be readily available everywhere in the park, and now it's no longer available readily as it was. You could still find it, but it's not as easily found. Probably because the prices went up so high, they realized most people will be queuing a line just for free water, and they'd rather the line be queued for merchandise, but that's here nor say. And when it really became noticeable was D23. Everybody knows D23 is the Disney community and Disney fans' Comic Con. That's their huge expo every year. We couldn't wait for D23. We couldn't wait to hear what Disney had in store. And guess what? We had the worst D23 that I've ever seen in history. I watched it live. I wasn't even there. I watched it live from a feed. And I can read the room and how disappointed and aggravated everybody there was. By the back of their heads, there was boos. There was just grunts. It was terrible. It got to the point where Bob Chapek said, just go on and talk about all these lands that we kind of brainstormed about and make them happy and think maybe something. So they get on. They talk about like this Cars land that they can have. They talk about this Coco land they can have. They talk about all these lands that they maybe have plans for. And then they go on to say, but we don't know. Is it a new park? Like at the time the chat was blowing up. New park, they're going to announce a new world. Because that's what a lot of fans were thinking was going to happen. Disney World was going to announce another park. But no, we got nothing. We didn't even get an opening date for Tron. That's how bad it was. And I think if they just had an opening date for Tron, people would have been happy. It was a bad D23. And it came apparently clear that Bob Chapek was not a visionary at that point. He was not. He was a guy that just wanted to make money for the board at any cost. And in doing so, he destroyed the bridge. Do I have a bridge falling down? I'm getting all parched. We'll talk about this. But yeah, I'm just so happy Bob Chapek is gone. What do you guys think? I pride myself on trying to look at the horizon of things and look at the big picture. And I see why Chapek was there. But then at the same time, I'm like, no, he shouldn't be there. I got a little tunnel vision to where I can get tunnel vision sometimes. It doesn't usually happen, but it can happen, and when it happens, it happens. It got so bad to where Bob Chapek could have stood outside the park and handed ice-cold water out free to every guest that passed him by, and I still would have been like, this is terrible he's doing this. I did not like this man. I just felt like he just wasn't for the people. And that's what bothered me. What does this mean for the future? Does this mean we're going to get free parking back? Does this mean fast passes will be free again? Does this mean water will be readily available everywhere? No. But it does mean Iger will rebuild that bridge. He's got a lot of damage control to do, and he knows how to do it. The best man is in place for this. And hopefully in the near future, the bridge will be back, and fans will be happy again, and the board will be happy again. And then we can meet in the middle. But Bob Chapek was... He was here, he was a board man. Anything for the board, anything for money. Let's get these stocks up. Let's go, go, go. Doesn't matter. Fans, oh, you're going to pay more. He has gone on record to say at one point, I remember, I'm going to raise the prices. As long as people are willing to pay them, I'm going to keep raising them. What? Why? No. That's terrible. But I had to come on here in my 50-year merch and talk about how happy I am that he's gone. And I feel like this is the first step in trying to make the board and the people happy again. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, because I love Disney. I will talk about Disney until whatever. I just love having discussions, and maybe I'm not seeing it the right way, but I feel like I'm usually with the majority of people, and I feel like this is good. This is much needed. This is much needed. Disney trivia. No, I'm not endorsing this. No, I don't get paid, especially Bob Chapek wouldn't pay me. But this game is amazing. Very fun family game. It's on sale right now. Now that the holidays are coming, this game would be amazing. I'm going to go through it with you guys real quick. Look at the box inside, too. You get that? Is it a quality board? No, but it's nice. It's a nice board. So here's the board, guys. And you get a little spinner. And then each zone has like its own special place. What you do is you spin your little spinner. So you move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a portal. So in a portal, you can advance to any of these areas you need. What happens is there's kids cards and adult cards, and you get a question. And some of these are easy, some of these are hard. If you got it right, you would get a little blue stone according to your color, and the object was to get every color stone. So you got to get a question from every category right and make it to the finish. And then you went trying to give each other hints. It made for a really good family time. So I definitely would recommend this game, especially now that the holidays are coming. Yeah. Getting back to Bob Chapek and Iger situation, let me know how you guys feel about that. I hope everybody's as happy as I am, and I will see you guys soon.